Yes, Mr.
But may it please your lordship. My lord, summarize, I have submitted 7 heads under which we will make our submissions.
Mm,
I think your lordships have already noted it,
mm.
but just for my benefit, my lord, I'm just reading the 7 heads on which we will make our submissions, submit material and case law.
You have prepared some brief note or something like that?
I will give it in writing, my lord.
Yes,
I will give it in writing.
yes,
I'll read it quickly, my lord. It'll take 3-4 minutes.
yes.
1. Section 26(2) does not allow declaring as no longer legal tender all series of a particular denomination. It must be read down to mean a specific series of notes of a denomination. Any series means any particular series, not all series. That is ground 1. 2. If not read down, Section 26(2) confers an unguided, uncanalized power and is liable to be struck down under Article 14 and 19 of the Constitution. Lives of humans and livelihoods of millions were lost or affected. Therefore, if you don't read down 26(2), then we will say this is an uncanalized power. 3. The decision-making process in the present case was deeply flawed. The role of RBI and the government have been reversed. Whether your lordships have repeatedly held, decision cannot be challenged, the decision-making process can be challenged. 4. The recommendation of the RBI was for note exchange. Your lordship will see, effectively, it was a note for note exchange. Is deeply flawed because RBI did not consider relevant factors and eschew the irrelevant factors in making the recommendation. I've given a number of relevant factors. One immediate relevant factor is what is the capacity of your printing presses in terms of the number of notes that you will demonetize. So you should consider relevant factors and eschew irrelevant factors. If you don't do that, then your recommendation is flawed. 5. The objectives stated by the government in the notification dated 8/11 were false objectives and could not be achieved and were in fact not achieved by the impugned demonetization. 6. Applying the test
Please,
of
please read this one. Just
the objectives stated by the government in the notification,
yeah.
fake currency and black money. Those are the only 2 objectives. 8/11 were false objectives and could not be achieved and were in fact not achieved by the impugned demonetization. Because we found fake currency in 2,000 rupee notes springing up, and we also found a DRI and income tax recovering large quantities of unaccounted money in 2,000 rupee notes. So it was not achieved. You thought you will eliminate black money or at least completely or nearly suppress black money and nearly eliminate fake currency. Fake currency, the result is, according to RBI's annual report, 47 crore of fake currency.
Actually, about fake currency, we were discussing when we went,
Yes.
All fake currency holders won't come forward. Otherwise, they will be caught now. Why will they come?
But in fact, they came, Malad. 99% came back.
No.
No, that was not a fake currency.
0.00227%.
Yes.
The fake currency exchanged with the banks was 0.0027%.
Something. Yes. Yes, I gave that number. Yeah.
So others who had fake currency were not there enough to come to the bank to exchange it.
No, if the others had not come, to that extent, the RBI will report, I issued 15,44,000 crore by value of notes. I got back only so much, but they got back 99%.
No. Fake currencies did not come back. That means they were eliminated from the system. They normally, how fake currencies get circulated, fake currencies are taken to some shops, malls, etc. Something is bought. So that's how it's put into circulation. But if that circulation, the curtain was drawn and they did not go to the bank to exchange it. To that extent, it went out of circulation, is it not?
No, with great respect. No, it doesn't work that way practically. Well, currency in circulation is legal currency issued by the RBI. Fake currency is not in the count.
Correct.
15,44,000 crore is what was legally issued by the RBI over a period of time, 500 and 1,000. Fake currency is not in that 15,44,000.
Correct.
It is extra.
Correct.
Whatever fake currency, maybe 1,000 crore, maybe 2,000 crore, whatever. So the fake currency is separate from the legal currency. So nobody knows how much the fake currency is because the RBI printing presses
That's
don't
right.
print.
People who had fake currency
people
in
who
the
had fake
denomination of 500 and 1,000.
Yes, we are only
They
talking about
lost
500
their,
and 1,000.
they lost their ability to pass it off. Correct?
They passed on 47 crore. It came back. 47 crore was detected by the RBI as fake currency, which I did not issue. I'm RBI. 47 crore was returned to me and exchanged by some bank branch, either by ignorance or by oversight. And I detected 47 crore of fake currency. So as far as the RBI is concerned, it has extinguished 47 crore of fake currency.
No, it exchanged. What it exchanged was not what was presented to RBI, but what was exchanged was presented to RBI. Therefore, fake currency became a valid legal tender by exchange. The 0.0027% became legally valid tender, which otherwise it was not.
No, with great respect, Your Lordship will pardon me for repeating it. As far as the RBI is concerned, this 47 crore was not, let's assume 47 crore, I get the exact number. 47 crore was not issued by the RBI under the signature of the governor, under the legitimate signature of the governor. It is a fake currency. It was printed in some spurious printing press. In my accounts, I'm showing liability, RBI. The RBI's accounts shows a liability of 15,44,000 crore. But some bank branch, some bank officer, out of ignorance, let's assume ignorance, exchanged 47 crore of fake currency for legal currency, new currency. So the guy benefited. The guy who exchanged fake currency profited 47 crore. But when the RBI gets the 47 crore, it will shred it because it's a fake currency. It will destroy it. So the 47 crore in the system, 47 crore of fake currency in the system has been seized and destroyed by the RBI or government. The remaining fake currency remains fake currency. So how did you achieve the objective of eliminating fake currency?
It becomes unexchangeable. If it was in denomination of 500 and 1,000,
Yes.
it is demonetization. There is no
It
way
is
I can take a
unexchangeable, not necessarily untradeable. Some shopkeeper, some flower seller, some vegetable vendor,
they will not take that 500 and 1,000 after demonetization.
that is so, my lord. That is so. They will not accept the 500 crore after the 30th of, after the 30th. But to that extent, we don't know whether that fake currency became a useless piece of paper. That's what my lord is saying.
That's right.
That it does become a useless piece of paper until he started counterfeiting the 2,000 rupee notes, which he started very shortly. That I admit. But nobody knows how much that is. Nobody found out that how much that is. That is there in the system. It may be used as a rubbish paper, raddi or whatever. It may be, but I agree that part I agree. It is in the system, but nobody got a value for that. Nobody could get a value. But your entire objective, well, there is a proverb in Hindi. What is it? Nikhil Oda? Should move a mountain and catch him. Nikhil,
वो खोदा पहाड़ निकला चूहा.
You move a mountain to catch the fake currency. You only count 47 crore.
I don't understand Hindi, therefore, there's no.
I don't either. The translation is the corresponding Tamil is Malaye Killi Eliye Pidikkirathu. You move a mountain.
There, the objective was only to catch the rat,
Yes.
not the mountain.
Anyway, my lord,
What did-
this is the submission that this note for note exchange did not actually achieve your objectives from the annual report of the RBI.
Did it not have any good effect on unaccountable or black money?
But they seized their black money in 2,000 rupee notes. I'll give the data.
That was one of the objectives also.
One of the two objectives
Unaccountable
was
or
black
black
money and fake currency.
Yes.
Fake currency continued to be printed in 2,000 rupee notes. And once they, to answer my lord's question, once they reintroduce the 500 rupee note, that old fake currency can be exchanged. Because then there's now a 500 rupee note. The 1,000 rupee becomes piece of paper. I agree. But the 500 can be exchanged. Therefore, you didn't achieve that objective. To answer my lady's question, yes, they froze the black money for a while. I'm not denying that because people would have been afraid. But then very soon, the storage value, currency is first is storage of value. It shifted. Instead of storing my black money in 500 and 1,000, I started storing it in 2,000. And they seized 2,000. DRI and Income Tax Department seized 2,000. Anyway, this is not the main ground. All I'm trying to say is these objectives could never be achieved once you said a note for note exchange. If you had simply stopped by saying illegal tender, full stop, whatever the loss, whatever the consequences, and then of course these objectives will be achieved. And you only issue then 200 rupee notes and completely different denomination. No more 500 and 1,000, these objectives could have been achieved. But once you said note for note exchange, these objectives could never be achieved. And in fact, were not achieved. This was pointed out that once you say note for note exchange, these objectives can never be achieved. It can be achieved if you had started issuing 300 rupee notes and 600 rupee notes. It could have been achieved. But you started issuing 500 again and 2,000.
Earlier, there was a special bearer bonds. You see. That was also one of the experiments.
That is another scandal, my lord, the special bearer.
It's all for the same objective to
Yeah.
see that black money is
Correct.
rooted out of the system.
Now, my lord, then the sixth is applying the test of proportionality. The so-called recommendation of the RBI and the decision of the government deserves to be declared illegal because lives of hundreds were lost and livelihoods of millions were affected. And we will give the data about the enormous hardship. 7, despite the passage of time, this honorable court can grant declaratory relief and mold the reliefs. Well, there is a number of judgments which say, despite the passage of time, you can grant a declaratory relief, lay down the law, and mold the reliefs. These are the 7 heads, my lord, in which I will address your lordship. I will type it out and submit it to the court master. The only 2 things that remain is, as far as I know, subject to correction by my learned friends on the other side, the Union of India has filed one affidavit, counter affidavit, in V.N. Sharma's case, which I assume is a counter affidavit in all the cases. The RBI has filed an affidavit, which I will take as a counter affidavit, in Adil Alvi's case, which I'll assume is the counter affidavit in all the cases, because they have not filed in individual cases. If this is the only 2 counter affidavits, then we will, your lordships, subject to whatever your lordships may say, we will proceed on the basis that these are the 2 pleadings on that side. Unless they want to file something more
Yes,
comprehensive.
who appears for the union? Your pleadings are complete. Can we take that pleadings are complete in this case?
I may have to apply
Huh?
to mind it. As far as I'm told, there are 2
Because there may be
counter.
some factual
There are-
problems also in some of the cases. as
I'll
we
take
understand.
stock of all of them. If
Huh?
need be, we'll try to respond to
if you are-
whatever is minimally required and going to come. I don't know want to open up.
There is not even notice, my lord, in the new series of matters which came after, after the legislation. They were just that. Now this, as far as
So
Reserve
your
Bank,
notice has not been issued.
not even noticed.
Then that is the latter set of cases.
Yes,
The
that's,
first set notice was issued.
Yes.
The orders were passed by.
But the most important is after that legislation, no notice should have been issued because
And
virus must have been challenged.
The
arguments
writs of
about guidelines-
notices were issued.
Ah.
Then we were told that no more writs are being closed and file intervention applications. So if whatever is to be served, we will serve on them. Obviously, when this court is saying don't file anymore, first they said
Anyway,
file writs here.
the intervention application itself is some,
Yes, we have
writ
filed.
petition grounds.
That's right.
Millard, if they wish to file a more comprehensive affidavit, I have no objection. But absent such an affidavit, I'm taking these other two pleadings.
Yes, you have to, I think somebody should take serious note of this from your side.
We'll do that.
Attorney.
I will,
Huh?
because there are whole range of implement applications.
That's all right, because this court asked them not to file the writs, filed intervention application. That itself is a pleading in a way.
But I don't find any pleadings which I think, except in one or two cases, the pleadings seem to be more or less the same. I need to look at those cases where the pleadings are distinct. We'll take stock of that.
Somebody should sit and sort out all these things from your side.
Let me try to get a feel on my feet in this matter. And
If I may suggest,
And-
Millard, it's the fact,
Just
it's
one
the
point.
fact that Millard, matters were tagged without notification.
Millard, regardless of the
For your
matters that
lordship
were
knows what
tagged,
happens then, Millard,
on the
nothing is
matters
filed.
on which notice was issued, let my learned friends reflect and tell your lordships, these are the two pleadings, or we are going to file one more affidavit. I have no objection. If they want to file a affidavit,
some of the
For
arguments,
all cases put, we will direct notice right now, that's not a
Touch, please.
problem. At least in one case, both of you, RBI and government should file a comprehensive, you know.
we will
Which
do
will
that.
treat it
We will
as
do
a
that.
pleading in all cases.
We will.
Which will take it as a counter in
I'll
all.
be obliged.
We'll do that. It will be a consolidated response to the entire.
Ah.
And the last point,
Some of
Millard,
the arguments now being advanced, I think they are not part of the pleadings in many cases. Therefore. I
no, it
wanted
will
to-
be in one of the cases rather. Anyway, these are legal arguments. The last submission which we should make,
Reference to at 26 to,
if necessary, we will file an application to summon these documents. But in a matter of this nature, the government should fairly place these documents before the
So
court.
it should be with the RBI perhaps.
No, RBI and government, 711, both have got the documents. 711, 811 agenda paper, because the government director is sitting on the RBI board, Miller. Secretary Economic Affairs is sitting there. He will have the agenda paper. 711, 811 agenda paper and 811 recommendation. These three documents, your lordships may kindly consider directing them to place it.
if and when necessary.
Mr. Attorney, we want to see.
Your lordship will see that, but let me also look into that and find out whether they would advance the cost of all these arguments.
You
That
can't
we
keep it away from us.
certainly not, certainly not.
Well, those are my submissions, Millard, and I will rest now. Whenever your lordship fixes it, we will argue, and I won't take too long, Millard. I'll just elaborate on this.
Yes, all these 7 points, no?
7 points. I'll give a note on the 7 points.
But you also know where exactly you stand now. You can concentrate on these 7
Sure, Lord.
points, and also you can file a comprehensive.
We will do that. We'll sit together and put our heads together and file.
Even Gupta can,
Yes.
and keep those files. Perhaps you have to keep
Yeah.
those files with you.
We may have some arguments to be advanced in respect of those issues also.
They can argue at any length, but eventually they'll
See,
show the files to
Maybe
your lordship.
the sheet anchor is 26-2, right?
There are certain arguments which are purely legal constitutional. There are other arguments which are political.
On the recommendation of the central government. So where is the recommendation
I
of the
will,
central?
So both
we'll
central shall.
come back.
Thereafter, where is the consideration by the RBI?
Right, one-
And what was your reply?
One
These are the three
correct.
things.
One of my arguments.
This is on facts.
Correct.
And secondly, any series of banknotes of any denomination, how to interpret this? So Chidambaram says, read it down, or in the alternative, quash it. These are the, this is the sum and
Yeah.
substance.
I have my thought process developed during listening to the argument. Something will definitely be of assistance to the court, but on a matter like this, you're not looking at 26 as any other statutory provision. It's in the context of whole economic banking system. It occupies a very important place.
That
to
you
go
must
into-
file your counter, sir. You must
do that.
state 1, 2, 3, 4,
We
5.
will do that. We will do
That's how we should dream, is it? Your stand.
We will do that because in the arguments were raised now, I'm trying to respond.
They must have raised it in their pleadings, sir.
Not all of them.
No,
not
no,
all of them.
one of
One
the,
writ
one
is
submission,
sufficient
other of
for
the writ petition, these
It's
grounds are.
not even one comprehensive, not one. My learned
No, all
friend has
on
collected
facts.
7
Everything is on
grounds
facts.
today.
So you put all together and make
Yeah.
it. good.
Now we know, Millard, now we know how to put.
That is why, my lord, I welcome a comprehensive affidavit from either of them.
That's fine.
I think you should, Parag, you should.
No, we welcome that. That's not.
Ultimately, the pleadings get crystallized, to the argument.
Yes.
Even if Ram says next. It's not available.
Whenever your lordship.
Next week, this, you fix a date after this
After
Deepavali, whatever date.
As early as possible, your lord.
Take immediately a date, whatever. Ah.
No. No.
Take you- take you. Remember,
Asha, you do one thing, that notice in all, wherever notice is not issued notice, please serve copies on the other side.
Yes.
Please, sir, all of you who have not served, please, sir,
Yes.
issue notice. And shall we record, Mr. Attorney, that you will file a comprehensive
Your
report
lordship, please, sir. We'll do that.
and both respondent, Union of India and RBI, Reserve Bank of India, Learned Council for so and so, so and so and so, seek time to file comprehensive
Affidavit.
affidavit.
Not one Milord, there are two also.
Hmm?
Not one Milord, there are two affidavits from one from us, one from
Yes,
them.
affidavits.
Because Milord, the.
All right, their respective affidavits, all,
Their respective.
all. List it on what date, Chidambaram, what date you want.
November 3,
I
my
mean,
lord.
around the
Huh?
third week of November.
3 is
Just let us,
or
Wednesday.
2 is a Wednesday,
let us see the term.
First,
whatever date your lordship fix.
November. Thursday,
Second November.
break ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
Except 1st November, my lord, any date after.
Second.
Let it go beyond the 15th of November. I need to consolidate all these things, have a lot of deliberations on this. It's not a mere factual statement of an affidavit. It has a very important consequences. I need a little time to get back.
15th we have put on.
It has been pending for a very long time, Milord.
9th and 10th.
On 15th, we have listed the other matters. 15th November.
Start on 9th.
You also have it.
9th is all right.
Very well.
Just a week.
8th is a holiday, 8th is a holiday,
9th.
Nice.
9th,
Would it be fine if you also have it
Huh?
on the 15th?
no, we will start on 9th.
Ninth.
Now we know what exactly it is, you know.
No, we can always refresh your lordship.
Now we have understood what it is.
9th November.
Ninth.
Obliged.
Milord, so obviously the notice,
If the
Milord,
lordships don't have a problem, Milord, 10. Instead of 9th, Milord.
Let it start on 9th because
let us start on the
Wednesday.
ninth.
If
Because
it spills
ninth
more,
is
then it will
not-
go on Thursday.
10th is a Thursday, my lord. Let us start on 9th.
9th would be better because if you start on a Thursday, then it will again go to the next week if it doesn't get over.
We are in your lordship.
All right.
9th,
Great.
List this case on 9th.
obliged.
And Milord, your lordships have issued notice because everyone has filed IAs. The notice is in the IAs.
All this notice.
On the IAs, because there won't be any fresh writ petition.
Notice on all the IAs.
Yes, correct.
Also in the fresh writ petition.
Yes, if
So
any.
you must serve, all of you should serve.
Yeah.
Somebody must take charge, otherwise we get.
We'll serve, we'll serve.
Copies of
You
time.
must, Mr. Attorney, you must open a separate counter, demonetization counter.
I will
In
I
your
will
office.
consolidate all the counters.
One counter you must open.
If we say demonetization counter, Milord, what of people have turned up?
All right, sir, thank you so much.
Deeply obliged.
Grateful.
Huh?
It is only demonetization.
All will come the same day, no? All,
Notices.
what do you want?
Notice.
Notice is issued in all cases. Wherever notice.
My currency was lying in court, Milord. When it was released in March, RBI says, no, I can't do it.
That we will solve. RBI is here, very much here.
Solicitor said that every possibility has been taken care of.
Uh,
It was seized while I was going to bank to deposit. Kalandra was lost, I was arrested, and then after 3 months, court found, income tax department also summoned, they cleared the money, released in March. Then RBI says, so I can't do it, it should have come before December.
That's their stand on
That
affidavit.
kind of.
Their stand on affidavit is we are not going to give anything. So it's all very well to soft pedal something here in the court and say, no, we'll look at individual cases. But their stand on affidavit is, we will not yield on this at all.
That. Don't say that such a serious consequence. Don't say soft pedaling.
But the
So, again, the learned solicitor made a statement in the morning. There is a provision which takes care of such situation.
That's right.
There's a provision which takes care of it. This court directed, please apply your mind and see whether these hardships can be addressed, etc. On affidavit thereafter, they have said, sorry, we have applied our mind and we are not going to yield on anything at all. That's the reason why we are all here.
All right, what we will do is, first let us solve this, answer this legal issues.
Yes, yes.
Then we will, on the basis of which we will take up each individual.
Great, very grateful. Very great.
First, let us take this main issue, then we will take up each case.
Great.
That will be the first general order where you can.
Or relegate them.
Right.
for further
Manoj,
work.
may I seek your lordship's indulgence for 1 minute, Manoj, on the same matter? All
Where
these
are you?
submissions, Manoj, I am a petitioner in person in serial number 27,
Yes.
petition number 943. All
Yes.
the submissions which has been urged before your lordships by Mr. Chidambaram is contained in my writ petition, all legal. Plus, there are other issues also which, Manoj, I will assist your lordships on the next date of hearing. So
All
the
right.
stand taken by the other side, it's not there. It's all the issues with the legal provisions are contained in my writ petition for your consideration, lordship's
Yes,
consideration.
sir, yes, sir. Give the number. I think you can take the
It's
number.
Manoj, it's writ petition number 943 of 2016,
Just
serial
check.
number 27.
Try to come to court, sir.
I'll come, Manoj. I was out of station. I'm so sorry, Manoj. I'll be there, Manoj.
All right, all right, all right. We'll have it on.
Grateful,
Great.
grateful.
Going